I was a lot happier and a lot more at peace in 2024 than in prior years. So even though I made less money, I really see 2024 as being a win for me. And this is like the harsh truth. This is how I stay on track with my budget. Life is about a little bit of challenge, and a little bit of challenge can be fun, and it keeps us on our toes and it keeps us moving. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited and also nervous for this video. This is going to be my first like wrapping up the year / like New Year's content video. I know I'm really early, but I've just been in the mood to do this. I spoke about it in my most recent monthly money video. You guys are loving that video. So I was like, let's stay on this roll. Let's keep talking about money. I shouldn't call it a New Year's video because it's very much not. It's more about wrapping up the year and reflecting on 2024, which obviously isn't over yet. We still have more than a month left of 2024. Yeah, what do you think? Oh my God, she's being so cute. Get the Maggie cam activated. She does not care about the end of 2024. It makes no difference for her. She's just glad there's now 2 ottomans to lounge on, huh, my angel? You're so cute. If anyone is new, my name's Zoe, I'm 28 and I live in Montreal. I love to post money videos as well as vlogs. I feel like here on my channel, we just talk about it all. I always wanna give you guys a very, very real and honest picture at just a normal girl's life. So if you're new, make sure you're subscribed, and whether or not you're new, please give this video a thumbs up. Please like the video because it really supports my channel. Let me know how you guys are feeling about the end of the year coming to be. I feel like November is such a crazy month, and I was speaking about this with actually my manager of the gym that I work at, which obviously, you know, that's her full-time job, it's my part-time job, so we have very different day-to-day lives, and we both were kind of just like, oh my gosh, November is like treading water, like just trying to survive. And her sister is a hairdresser and it's like the same thing for her. And so I just feel like across so many different industries, just across our lives, November is this crazy month. Let me know in the comments if you agree. So because November is so crazy, I find it passes like a flash. Then we have like 2 weeks of December where we're prepping for the holidays, we're prepping for New Year's, and then hopefully you get a little bit of time off around the holidays. I know a lot of people have to keep working through the holidays. I used to work retail, so I know the feeling of working around the holidays, and that also passes really fast. So yeah, the end of the year is just gonna be here before we know it, and in no way am I trying to rush away 2024. I just wanna kind of get my finger on the pulse of how I did specifically about my money goals this year. So that is what this video is going to be about today. I've never done this, but I'm actually going to watch back my old video. I will see if I can put it like up on the screen. I've never made a reaction video like that before, but I want to watch myself say it, which is so like weird inception. But I think I also have all of my financial goals written down in my journal because, oh my gosh, yes, I do. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay. So this was my journal for 2024. Beautiful journal, honestly. I need to like journal a lot to finish it up because I love having a dedicated journal for every year. This one is so beautiful. It's from the brand Paper Blanks, if anyone is interested. And look, I wrote like, welcome 2024. What did I write? Oh my God, okay, let's read it. Welcome 2024, a fresh year, a fresh start, and we will continue to live our best lives. And by we, I mean me, lol. That's what I wrote. I'm not wishing for much in 2024, just a continuation of the wonder that was last year. More growth, more peace, more love, more money, more subscribers, more products, all of it. I think by more products, I meant the Gentle Productivity, which this one came true. You guys will be able to get your hands on that so soon. I have a few goals, wishes, etc. Let's get into it. Okay, I'm gonna not really read it because I want to react to the video, but if there's any confusion, I have this here as well. So before I hit play, before we dive into looking back on my financial goals, seeing kind of how I did, let me know, you guys, one of your financial goals for this year and how it went. This is a judgment-free space, okay? My preliminary thoughts are that I have not achieved most of these goals, if any of them. I think there's maybe a few. Guys, I don't even remember what I wrote down. I'm so bad about that. Like sometimes I make I make a list of goals and it's almost like a wish list, and then I set new goals every month, but I don't always look back on the like original goals that I set. I guess that's just my personality type. So I don't know. I don't know how I'm doing. This year hasn't been the most lucrative for me, being fully transparent. If you guys have kept up with my money diaries that I post every single month, it's been, I made more money in 2023 than I did in 2024. Because I set a lot of my goals on 2023 and building on 2023, I'm pretty sure I missed the mark on a lot for 2024. But life is so much bigger than our money. Life is so much bigger than our financial goals. And I was a lot happier and a lot more at peace in 2024 than in prior years. So even though I made less money, I really see 2024 as being a win for me, despite the financial goals, despite the personal goals, because I felt very happy and content and at peace this year. So that's the video, bye. I'm kind of shy to like watch back an old video of mine, you guys. Like, it's pretty rare that I go back and watch videos. The only times that I do, I never go back and watch old vlogs. I will mostly go back and watch old money videos. For example, what I have saved, invested, etc. Those I'll go back because I go back to get my numbers. And when I do go back and watch, I always feel proud of myself. And I'm like, oh, like, I was so cute. And sometimes I'm like, wow, that's a good video. Like, I'm like, nice editing, Zoe. Like, I feel proud of myself. Okay, I've already watched the intro. Finally going to be talking about my money goals for 2024. So yes, we're finally gonna do it. Even though January is like almost over, how crazy. It is not too late to start thinking about our financial. That's classic me, always late, goals, or any goals for that matter for the. And I'm so sabotaged, I didn't put like timestamps. I feel like something I've spoken about in my other videos is that I kind of like to see my financial goals as like building a house. And so paying off my debt and building my emergency fund was really building like the basement of the house up to that first floor, and then starting to build your savings and build your investments is like building on and making, you know, a big, beautiful, cozy, you're building your dream home. I kind of imagine it that way. And that every next step is building the next element of your house. So right now I feel like I have the foundation built and everything else is really just growing and investing, and that's super, super exciting. Okay, so my first money goal is to read more about money. Okay, so cute, Zoe. My first money goal was to read more about money. No, I mean, okay. I used to read 0 about money, and I think this year I read 1.5 books about money. So more than before, more than 0, 150 times. Well, I guess 150 times more than 0. 1.5 is better than none. However, that isn't what I had in mind. At the beginning of 2024, I decided I was gonna sign up for Audible, and that every month I wanted to listen to one personal development / personal finance book. So I was gonna alternate every month. One month I was gonna read a more, you know, spiritual or self-development book, and then the other month I would read a personal finance book. And I did not enjoy Audible. Like, I couldn't focus when I was listening to these books. My mind would drift away and I just wouldn't get any value out of them. I tried listening to Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and it was interesting and enjoyable, and like I paid for it, I still have it. I just was never gravitated towards it because I feel like when I'm listening to stuff, it's kind of like for my downtime, and I do let my mind wander and I'm not like tuned in and focused. So that didn't super work out. And then physical books, I read We Should All Be Millionaires, which is an amazing book. It's actually the one that I'm holding up in this video. So that book is great, and I feel like I learned so much from it. I'm actually currently rereading the second half of it because I want to really start applying some of the things in that book. So yeah, I'm gonna give myself a check mark on this one. And I'm going to set the goal to read 5 books or listen to 5 books in 2024. Was it at the volume and frequency that I had intended? No, but if that isn't just so classic, especially when you're like that, I don't know if it's like type A or kind of like, you know, like a high achiever, you wanna be a high achiever, you're that driven person, right? Which probably you are if you're watching this video, you're watching a video about money goals. It's so easy to shoot for the moon. And I love the expression shoot for the moon, and if you miss, you will land among the stars. I never understood that expression until I got a little bit older. I used to think that if you shoot for the moon and you don't hit the moon, then you failed. But now I really understand the expression is like dream so big, and if it doesn't happen, you're still gonna land somewhere great. So that is the approach that I take now with my goals, and I just let myself set these crazy goals, but I don't let myself be mad at myself if I don't achieve them. All right, goal number 2 is another year of cash budgeting. Another year of cash budgeting, that was my second goal. Yes, I definitely hit that. I love cash budgeting so much. I have no plans of getting rid of cash budgeting. Haters want, guys, I'm so on one today. I spent some time with my sister and she always does this because she's like Gen Z. I don't even know what it's supposed to mean, but she does it. And now it like rubbed off on me. But I know there are people who do not understand my obsession with cash budgeting. I get comments all the time about like, you're missing out on credit card points. Like cash is so old school. Let me tell you, I don't care. I don't care about anyone's opinion about cash budgeting. I love it so much. It is my hobby. I'm passionate about it, and it has changed my life and continues to change my life. This is how I stay on track with my budget. And I've literally gotten judgments from people being like, well, you're not a very good budgeter if you can't budget without cash budgeting. It's like, what? I see cash budgeting as going to the gym and taking advantage of the equipment in the gym. And maybe everyone who works out at that gym likes different equipment. The equipment that I like for my personal finance health is cash budgeting. If you are the type of person who can spend on credit and spend with confidence and track everything, and that's just what makes you happy, fantastic. And I'm really happy for you. I am. Go get those points. However, you're not getting 20% back in credit card points. You're not even getting 10% back. You're getting somewhere between 1 and 5% back. So if using cash or any other method of budgeting reduces your spending by greater than the percentage of cash back or points that you get from your credit card, you are better off with the alternative. The first month I did cash envelopes, I reduced my spending. I think it was 40%. 40%. And I do believe that it stays around that. When there was 1 month, I think this year, where I took a little break from cash budgeting and my spending was through the roof. So I know that I save more by doing cash budgeting than I would get back from credit card points. That being said, I buy my big purchases on credit. If I'm buying airplane tickets, if I'm buying gas, if I'm online shopping for a splurge item, I will put that on my credit card to get some credit card points. For me, it's about finding that balance. And for my day-to-day purchases, like my groceries, well, you guys know my cash budget. It always adds up to around $1,000. Sure, that's $1,000 worth of points that I could go get. Let's say your credit card gives you about 3% back in either points or cash back. That's only $30 a month. So if I save more than $30 a month by doing cash budgeting, I am better off. So that's the way that I look at it. That's the way that I see it. I had an amazing chat with one of my friends who, she doesn't do cash budgeting, but she also doesn't use credit. What she does is a prepaid credit card. And this is something that I've also tried in the past. I use Koho. She also uses Koho. And it was because I saw her paying for something with her Koho, and it just sparked this whole debate about how a lot of people, and this is like the harsh truth, is that a lot of people like to think that they're in control when they're using their credit card. They think that they're getting a good deal. They think, the points are going to save them. And for a lot of us, it's simply not true. For some people, they're totally fine. Once again, and I feel like I always have to make that disclaimer because people think I'm like coming for them, or they get defensive. Like, I'm not trying to attack anyone's way of spending. I'm just trying to state the facts and things that I've learned from people that I know in my real life. Credit cards are designed for us to overspend. And if you can handle that and you know how to work within that, great. But if you can't, cash envelopes or a prepaid credit card are amazing. If you guys want to check out a prepaid credit card, highly recommend Koho if you're in Canada. I believe if you use my code, you will get $20 and I will get $20. So that's pretty sweet. Anyways, I'm very passionate about that. Let's move on to the next goal.
So yes, lifestyle creep.
My goal number 3 is to avoid lifestyle creep. Goal number 3 was to avoid lifestyle creep. I definitely think I did a great job with this, especially in the second half of 2023. Every year I set this goal to avoid lifestyle creep because I think it is so important. If you do not know what lifestyle creep is, it is basically when your spending and your lifestyle goes up in consequence with your earnings. So let's say you get a promotion, you get a raise of an extra $10,000 a year. Lucky you, congratulations. But you decide to upgrade your car, which in turn costs you an extra $10,000 a year. You're staying at the same spot and you have no extra money to save, invest, or contribute towards your future. Your car might make you super happy, but there's definitely a middle ground that you could find with maybe not upgrading to such a luxurious car, maybe upgrading to a car that's gonna cost you an extra $5,000 a year, and then you still have $5,000 more to save and invest. Truly, truly, truly avoiding lifestyle creep would be not changing your car at all. It would be being happy with what you have and taking that full $10,000 to save and invest, contribute towards your mortgage, whatever it may be. I believe in balance. I think you guys know this about me. I love beautiful things. I, love to look at designer bags, and I have one of my very own. I like nice sweaters. I like nice clothes. This mug was very expensive. So I definitely have things that I like to splurge on. I like to get my nails done. For me, it's all about moderation and finding that balance, finding little moments to treat yourself without fully inflating your lifestyle. Now for myself this year, I would give the goal of reducing lifestyle creep or avoiding lifestyle creep like a huge green check mark, but not all of that is due to my own willpower. It goes back to what I was saying at the beginning of the video of my income taking a little bit of a dip this year. I had no choice but to bring my lifestyle back down because I didn't have the funds for it. This year I got rid of my office, which cost me around $900 a month. That was huge for me and a really great decision that I'm very happy with. Because I moved in with my boyfriend in 2023, then I got rid of my office in 2024. My fixed expenses are now super, super low, which is I'm very fortunate for that. It's what allows me to continue doing work that I love and trying to grow all of the streams of income that I have, because I don't drive a very fancy car. I don't have car payments, like all of these things, and trying to keep, for me especially, I'm trying to keep my monthly expenses very low. I don't mind a splurge here or there, but I don't want monthly recurring expensive things. That's why for me, like avoiding a car payment and not coveting a luxury car is very important for me. For my boyfriend, he has a nice car because it makes him super, super happy. He never buys clothes. He never buys shoes. He doesn't buy other things for himself. Like his whole treat yourself budget goes towards his car. So we're just different like that. I'm the type of person that when I do make more money, I get very, very, very tempted to spend it. I get really excited and I want to treat myself and I want something nice. This year was like a big reality check for me that not every month is going to be higher and higher earning than the next. There's going to be peaks and valleys. And when I get those peaks, I do not want to blow that bonus money that I make. I need to save it for a rainy day and keep it aside. So that's been my mentality, especially really in this second half of 2024. And I really do want to keep that mentality going into 2025. Not a scarcity mindset so much as just like being grateful for what I have, trying to be more minimal and avoiding like emotional spending. Like when I get a higher paycheck and I'm happy, not spending that, putting it aside for savings. The last little thing that I want to say on the subject of lifestyle creep is actually one of the best things, the best lesson that I learned. And I was literally just, this light bulb moment went off in my head this very morning. One of the best things that I have ever done, I think okay, maybe that's dramatic. Buying my used Louis Vuitton bag, I bought a used Louis Vuitton Speedy Nano, like the tiny little Louis Vuitton. I love it so much. It is my only genuine designer bag. It taught me a really great lesson because I, for the longest time, for so many years, literally throughout high school, university, and even after graduation, I was coveting designer things. I was coveting Gucci bag, Louis Vuitton bag. Like I was very drawn to these brand name purses. I knew I wanted my first designer bag to be a Louis Vuitton, and I was just like saving up, wanting one of these things. Because of a subscriber, I found an amazing deal on this used Nano, and it was in pretty rough condition, but I didn't care. Like it was the bag that I had been dreaming of, and I finally got it. I'm so happy with that bag and I love it so much, but it really taught me like, it's just a bag. When I first bought that bag, I was already kind of like, okay, what's gonna be next? And like, I'm gonna save up and I'm gonna buy another one and I'm gonna start to grow this collection of designer bags. We've all seen those dream closets, and while there is a part of me that would love to have a closet like that would love to have more designer bags, having one showed me that it's not a life-changing purchase. Like, you don't become a new person. People don't treat you differently. Like, it's just a nice thing to have. I'm glad I have one, but it definitely made me feel like I don't need so many more. At least not right now. Maybe down the line when I'm like swimming in cash. But for now that I have one, I wanna be happy with that one and not worry about saving up for the next designer bag, but worry about saving and growing my net worth. Big rant there on lifestyle creep. Let's see what's next. All right, let's start talking some real numbers, shall we? Goal number 4 is my savings funds. So this year, I really want to get kind of serious about having various saving funds and sinking funds. Sinking funds are accounts that I wanted to set up some sinking funds. This I'm going to give a check mark. Not all of my sinking funds are full, but I have been contributing to my sinking funds. I will actually pull out my laptop and take a look. I'll give you guys my exact amounts in my sinking funds and what those sinking funds are. Zoe's budget tracker. So in terms of my savings funds, I have an emergency fund with a goal of $10,000. I have a Maggie fund for my dog, $1,000, a car fund of $1,000. These are all goal numbers, by the way, you guys, and a fun fund of $500. And then lastly, I have a vacation fund with a goal of $2,000. All of these accounts have been set up. All of them have some money in them. None of them have their goal amount. So the balance on my emergency fund is currently $6,655. I did have to take quite a bit of money out of my emergency fund this year, especially in the summertime because my income was so low this summer that I was like taking from that emergency fund. That's what it's there for. The Maggie fund is almost fully funded actually. There's $750 in there, again, out of the 1,000. My car fund has 150 out of the goal of 1,000 and the fund has 150 out of 500. My vacation fund currently has 240 out of $2,000. So not doing great, but I'm glad that they are set up. The whole point of a sinking fund is to have money in there and then take it out. And I think it's unrealistic to think that like, as soon as you take it out the next month, you're just gonna be able to put it back. Like $2,000 is so much money. So if you go on a vacation and you drain it, it's gonna take time to put it back. I personally drained a lot of this when I went to Europe this summer with my family, and I just haven't had the funds to start refilling it. Something that I'm currently thinking about a lot is just kind of taking another look at the goal amount of my emergency fund. I've been very fixated for years on the $10,000 number because it just feels like such a big amount. It's literally so much money, and I feel like it's a number that would make me feel secure. However, it's perhaps not necessary now that my fixed expenses are so much lower. So I'm thinking of lowering that goal amount. That way I don't feel so much pressure to like really have this big number. I can focus on some of my other sinking funds and also keep focusing on my investing.
I did for the first time last year, and once again, what a game changer. I had such a fun time buying gifts, spoiling my love, spent 50. So luckily last year I was a year in advance.
Okay, I also here spoke about a Christmas savings fund, which I have done this year. I did it in cash actually, and I recently moved some money around and I now have almost $900 out of my goal of 1,000 in my Christmas savings fund. So that feels amazing. It's all in cash. There are some things I might end up buying on credit if I'm buying like a bigger gift to go and get those points, and then I just take my cash, deposit it in the ATM and use it to pay off my credit card. But that's another one. So I am gonna give myself a green check mark for my savings funds and my sinking funds. I definitely wanna continue this goal next year, but we'll talk about that later in another video.
But they never wanted God to get this tooth fixed.
Oh my God, I'm talking in this video about my whole tooth situation, which cost me almost $2,000, I think more than $2,000 this year. I totally forgot that I had to pay that this year. That was crazy. But I did save up for it and then spend all that money. Like I saved up, got my tooth fixed all by myself, like very adult of me. I'm proud of myself for that. Another check mark for you, Zoe. Good job. Goal number 5 is my earnings goal for the year. In 2024, my goal is going to be to earn $6,000 before taxes every single month. I don't even want to talk about this. So I set an earnings goal for myself for the year. I completely forgot about this. Last year, in 2023, I hit my earnings goal every single month. I increased my earnings goal for 2024 and I missed it most months. We'll just leave it at that. Oh. All right, goal number 6 is my biggest goal. And it's so funny because it's so, once again, kind of just not sexy. But my big goal for the year is to save $20,000 to my registered retirement savings plan, my RRSP. Okay, $20,000 to my RRSP was my goal. And I got almost halfway to my goal. This year, I have been able to put aside $9,800 towards my RRSP. $20,000 was a huge goal. When I set it, I did think that I could achieve it, honestly. However, I did not.
Okay, you guys, we have made it to my very last goal, goal number 7.
Which I kind of can't believe I'm saying, and it goes back to what I talked about at the beginning of this video of going and building, your big dream home. I am ready. I'm ready to start my journey to 100K.
And what that means is starting to build a net worth of $100,000. $100,000.
Guys, big green check mark. I didn't say hit 100K. I said start my journey towards 100K. You guys have no idea how nervous I was to start thinking about my net worth, to start tracking my net worth. I was so scared to do that. It felt like this big, huge, daunting thing. I started that journey. I think I started it in like February or March. I checked in just recently, just a couple months ago, and I actually checked in with my net worth again today using my net worth tracker from The Line. It is so not as scary as it seemed. I don't know why it felt like such a big deal for me, but it did. No, I am not at my goal of $100,000 yet. I'm not quite close, but I did start my journey. I started tracking it and I'm so proud of myself for doing that. $100,000 to me feels like so much money. I mean, it is a ton of money. It feels very daunting, but then when you look at the previous goal of 20,000, it's like, okay, that's part of it and that's a stepping stone. I don't have a map for this journey yet. I don't know how long it's gonna take me. Is it gonna take me 2 years? Is it gonna take me 5 years? Is it gonna take me 10? I don't know, but I wanna start to figure that out and start making that roadmap of, building my journey to 100K. And that's where it feels like you're really kind of starting to like build wealth. I feel like as kids, we all were like, I'm gonna be a millionaire. And it's like, okay, sure. But your path to being a millionaire starts with 100K, 200, and then you go from there. These kind of really big milestones that I can't believe I'm finally in a place to start thinking about them. I'm really proud of myself for bringing myself here. And it's something that we can all do. It's a place we can all bring ourselves to, and I want us all to bring ourselves to. It's not just for men, it's not just for investment bankers, it's not just for YouTubers, it's for all of us, and it doesn't matter how long it takes us to get there. I feel like there's a part of me that is shy to talk about wanting to build wealth on the internet because it can sound maybe shallow or arrogant, but the other part of me knows that this is for everyone, and I want to encourage you guys to be on this journey with me, figuring it out, continuing to build our financial success. I will hit $100,000 net worth in 2025. It will happen. That is crazy. From there, I will continue to increase that goal amount. And what's so exciting is everybody says the first 100K is the hardest, and then from there it grows and grows. So that is a journey that I'm seriously so excited to be on. I'm so proud of myself for taking those first steps. Of all of the money goals I set and all of the things that I did in 24, I actually think that was the most important. Removing emotion and removing a sense of self-worth from my net worth, from the money that I have in the bank, separating that, just seeing it for what it is, which is numbers on a screen and numbers that I want to grow, that has been the best thing. Because at the end of the day, if all I'm focused on is my net worth and I take that emotion out of it, I don't need to think about the nitty gritty of like, oh, I didn't hit my earnings goal this month. Ugh, this, ugh, that. It's like, is that number progressing? Am I doing things am I happy? Am I living my life as a happy person? And being able to find a way to grow that number, that's what's the most important thing for me. So yes, I started that journey. No, I'm not at the end destination yet, but that's okay. Honestly, it's no fun. It's no fun to just set goals and just achieve all of them really, really easily, right? Like life is about a little bit of challenge, and a little bit of challenge can be fun, and it keeps us on our toes and it keeps us moving. So that is my video reflecting on my money goals from 2024. If you guys want to see the original video, I will have it linked down below. It's a pretty cute video. It could get you guys in the goal setting mood for next year. I'm personally not there yet. I'm not thinking too much about my 2025 goals just yet. I will also link below my 2 videos on my net worth journey, so you guys can check that out as well. Thank you guys so much for all of the love and support that you give me on my channel, whether it's my vlogs, my money videos, and I just love being on this journey of building that dream house together, building our finances together, and living our healthy and wealthy best lives together. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video.